Hi, welcome everybody to the dedicated focus on the gaming capabilities of the Asus PadFone 2. We will see a few games on the mobile phone and then I will show you how they behave while running on the padstation. You won't expect anything but just having a big screen size, but the smoothness and the performance won't change as the hardware is the same, of course. So let's start with the first of the game set, which is Dead Trigger. While the game is loading, I will remind you a few hardware specs. Here we have the APQ8064 CPU from Qualcomm, which is the S4 Pro family with the Cray architecture, and it's clocked at 1.5 GHz. Then we have 2 GB of RAM, and of course we have the Adreno 320 GPU. So this game was developed with the OpenGL in mind. So this is not dedicated to any hardware platform in particular like Tegra 3 or so on. And the developers were quite good at developing this game using OpenGL, so they were able to use every hardware bit of the device they have. In particular, this game was set at the maximum graphical detail for the, you see the lens flare effect for the Qualcomm S4 Pro, and as you can see it's quite fluid. I'm sorry that we don't have the it's not raining in this map, so I'm not able to show you the famous water drop effect, which is very well implemented even with this Qualcomm architecture, thanks to the OpenGL driver, of course. Here we go. Okay. I don't want to show you how bad I am at playing this game. Oh, here we go. This is the water effect I was talking to you about. Mission failed, so sorry. But as you can see, it was very well implemented on this on this game, although we don't have any Tegra 3 or Tegra 2 architecture. So let's go on with the next game, and let's see Buggy Blitz. This game was first of all developed on the Tegra 3 platform. It was sort of showcase of the Tegra 3 architecture. Later on it was ported on any other hardware platform like this one from Qualcomm. So like Dead Trigger here, I set the graphical details to the maximum level. So let's see how does it behave. What I can tell you is that we won't have here any kind of water drop effect like we had in Dead Trigger, although we have the maximum graphical detail possible here. The game is quite smooth, we don't have any particular problem. The graphic details is very high, and it's a very enjoyable game indeed. Okay, so apart from my bad performance here, the game is really nice. And of course the APQ8040 and the Adreno 320 do a very good job in playing this game. Well, so just a quick look at what we can have with 2 GB. As you can see, we have 2 GB of RAM, and the switch between the two games, although they are very heavy game with graphical detail set to the maximum level, we don't have problem because none of the games is reloading after the switch. So this is one of the benefits of having 2 GB of RAM, of course. Then we will see MiniMoto Racing, which is a game developed for no hardware architecture in particular. Nevertheless, it's quite a nice game with very nice graphical details, and it's really enjoyable. So let's perform a quick race, and let's start with the default car and track. And let's see MiniMoto Racing or the Asus PadFone 2. So as you can see, the graphic details is quite high and it's very nice game. Sorry for my bad performance. I'm the first one. I was the first one. So as you can see, the game is quite smooth. Although the graphical detail is nice, we don't have any possibility of settings, any kind of level for what concerns the graphical details here. Nevertheless, the game is very nice in my opinion. And it's really a pleasure to play with this game with such a good hardware platform like the PadFone 2. Okay, here we go. Let's switch to the next game. So next we have Need for Speed Most Wanted. Well, this game is really strange. With all the recent device I could try it on, there were some problem. HTC One X Plus, Nexus 7. I mean, it wasn't that fluid on Nexus 4 too. But what is really strange is that here with the PadFone 2, the game is not running at all. We just have a black screen with some HUD indication, but nothing else. This is very strange because both the PadFone 2 and the Nexus 4 have the same hardware architecture. So this is something that must be the game, or maybe even the OS graphic driver, which is really a probable possibility. As you can see, no graphic here, and this is really a pity. But as I told you, on Nexus 4, which has the same hardware architecture but Jelly Bean and not Ice Cream Sandwich, the game is running pretty well. So it must be the operating system graphic driver. So the last game of the set is Virtua Tennis. This game recognize the Snapdragon inside, and so maybe there's some, I don't know, some tricks for the hardware platform. I mean, nevertheless, the game is smooth, it's quite enjoyable, and it's a pleasure to play with it. So let's start this quick match. Here we go. 7 volley. What do you think? Let's try. Ooh. Oops. Oh. I'm not a good tennis player at all. I mean, I've been even playing tennis for several years. Shame on me. I don't understand if this the haptic feedback is for the game itself, or maybe I've got some emails or something going on in background. I'm start thinking that this is the haptic feedback of the game. Maybe it depends on the power of the shot. Yeah, I think so. Oops, sorry, I pressed the home button. Anyway, this was the Virtua Tennis. Now, as I told you, let's see how some of these games behave with the PadFone station on. So here I'm gonna try something which is very particular of the PadFone 2, which is dynamic display switching, which is a capability of changing the resolution on the fly for apps and games while switching from mobile phone to PadFone station and vice versa. So I'm gonna insert this PadFone 2 inside its PadFone station like this. Here we go. Okay, this is very good. As you could see, the MiniMoto Racing, it's behaved very well with the dynamic display switching, so the change of resolution was on the fly and the game is still playable and enjoyable, although we switched from the mobile phone to the PadFone station. As I told you, I'm gonna show a dedicated video focus on the capabilities of the PadFone station, so this is just for what concerns the gaming side. So as you could imagine, the performance of the game is it's the same on both the mobile phone and the PadFone station. Of course, the hardware is the same, so there was no mean for having different performances. But I mean, just the graphical, just the screen size is bigger, of course, because we have the PadFone station. Okay, so let's switch to another game and let's see, for instance, that trigger. Here we go. In my opinion, this is one of the best games to play on a tablet because of its great graphics and you know, very nice graphical details on effect like lens flare and water drop on the screen and so on. So let's do the same mission that we... No, this is maybe another one. This is not the same we did on the mobile phone. So the game is loading. Here we go. So as you can see, here we have the water drop effect. But beside the screen size, which is of course bigger, the performance is of course the same, as well as the graphical details and so on. So here we go. So for what concerns this dedicated focus on the gaming performance of the PadFone 2, that's all. Once more, thanks for watching and bye from TechnoLost.